Hello everybody, welcome to Talk About Houses. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
As you can see, we have our super nice background in the
We do.
background. So you'll have something to look at. Maybe you'll see somebody, there was just somebody fishing. But anyway, so we're doing some traveling, but we want to do the videos every day. And so anyway, okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we have a bunch of general real estate data that all just came out at the same time. So we're going to make one video and cover all the data. It won't be that long of a video, but we're going to just kind of talk about what's causing these things, because some of these are counterintuitive.
Right.
Right? Okay, so here's the first one. Housing starts in the U.S. increased by 2.2% month over month, reached an annualized rate of 1.4 million in April, according to data from the Census Bureau. Single-family home building starts increased by 1.2% month over month. The increase in housing starts is expected to boost the housing market after a year-long slump. So this is new homes. What caused the slump of the last year?
So, builders pulled back. They got nervous with interest rates, and they wanted to kind of see how things were going. And I think they also realized that there is a housing shortage, and they can capitalize on that and make it possible for buyers to purchase their product. Now they're going to do incentives for buyers, so they're going to maybe do rate buy downs or some sort of arrangement to make it more affordable for people to buy homes, but at the same time they do see an opportunity to push their product.
This new home builders do not ramp up home building if they expect a housing market crash.
That's correct.
So this is like the opposite of a housing market crash. They expect a pretty strong housing market.
They do. So remember, it takes a while for new home builders to actually bring a product to market. So they're getting permits, they're getting ready, but it's going to be a while. So everything that they're starting to do now in May, it won't come to fruition until late in the fall, maybe even into the early part of next year. Okay,
here's the next quote from the article. The current inventory of existing homes in the market for sale is at a historic low. That means this is the lowest it's ever been. The total inventory for sales in April declined by 48.3%. Now this is inventory. This is not the total number of sales. The amount of homes available declined by 48% compared to last year, which was the hottest year ever.
Right.
So we have basically half. The inventory growth rate, which means the amount inventory declined, basically slowed for the second successive month as sellers continue to feel discouraged from listing their properties for sale because of rising interest rates. Though the Federal Reserve indicated its plan to pause the rate hikes next month, it's still unclear how long rates would remain elevated. Juana, this is 100% opposite what we were told by the housing crash bros, that the rising interest rates would cause a bubble and then the housing market would crash because of it. This literally the opposite's happened. The home people, no one's selling their house to like sell at the top of the market, and people have just continued to buy.
Right, people are buying. So we understand that there is an affordability issue. We do understand that there's limited inventory, so limited choice, but people are buying. And like I said before, I think builders see an opportunity in the market with the decreased inventory for them to come in and secure some buyers for their product. Builder product is generally very popular because everybody likes new homes. So, and not only that, but builders are more able to offer incentives to buyers, such as rate buy downs, because a lot of times they either have relationships with the lenders or they outright own the lenders. So they can do all kinds of creative financing for buyers to purchase the homes.
Okay, this is the reason why. The U.S. home builder sentiment, tracked by the National Association of Home Builders and Wells Fargo, jumped 5 points to reach 50 in May, the highest level in the past 10 months. It's been going up for 10 months, basically. What's 50 mean? What is that exactly? What is this whole index, and what does the 50 mean?
So the 50 means that they're getting more bullish on the housing market, right?
So the index is 0 to 100.
Right, 0 to 100. So you're getting in that even money place. So up to this point, they had more trepidation. Now they're kind of, half of them feel it's a good time, half of them feel that maybe it's not so great. But because the trend is an upward trend, then that gives us the inclination that more home builders are probably trending toward being optimistic about the housing market for the long term. Because remember, these are homes that will come to the market end of this year, beginning of next year.
Does the new home builder sentiment increase right before a housing crash?
Not generally. I mean, do the new home builders guess wrong? Absolutely.
Right.
But not generally. Generally, they have a lot of data, a lot of really smart people who know what's going on in the market, who track a lot of different metrics and give them advice as to how to proceed in the marketplace.
I think the problem is they're not watching the Housing Crash Bro videos. They're just not watching their videos. If they watched the videos, they would understand.
It could be.
Okay, single-family building permits increased by 3.1% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 855,000 units, the highest since September. The rise in single-family permits was led by the West. Yay! With a 60% increase. That's because the West got a new coach this year. The team is doing much better. Permits for multifamily units plunged by 9.7%. So multifamily down.
Okay, so now the reason the multifamily is down, remember we did a video on this not that long ago, and we talked about that multifamily had a gangbuster year last year, okay?
Yeah.
They built a ton last year.
Apartments.
So, right, so a lot of apartments were built last year, so they're just taking a breather. This is not a foreshadowing of things to come, but they're just simply taking a breather because they've built so much. And remember, the interest rates also impact them, and then the amount of rent that they can charge is also, a consideration. So that all plays into what's going on.
The significant decline led overall permits to drop by 1.5% to 1.46 million units. The number of homes completed declined to an annualized rate of 1.38 million. This is in a year, but this does not even keep up with, this is like 50% of new household formations in 1 year. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean going forward? We have the shortage of anywhere from 6 to 9 million homes, mm-hmm. and we're still not building enough to keep up with housing formations. So what does that look like going forward?
So it just means that these homes are going to be absorbed. It means that they are not surplus inventory, so they are unlikely to cause people to have to reduce the prices for their homes substantially in order to get them to move because of excess inventory. So we're not looking at excess inventory. We're just simply looking at inventory that will be absorbed by the market rather easily.
In March, mortgage applications declined to reach a 28-year low. Mm-hmm. The drop in loan application coincides with home buyers being pessimistic about the current market conditions. In a recent annual economy and personal finance poll by Gallup, U.S. adults who felt this was the right time to buy a home dropped to 21%. It dropped 9 percentage points from the previous year. Confidence of buying a house has dropped to record low level since 1978. It was really bad in 1978. Right. We had a few years of pretty bad recessions and Jimmy Carter.
Well, we had all kinds of issues. We had the gas crisis, we had interest rates, we had less than favorable economic conditions overall, so there were lots of things going on. Now, the fact that people feel pessimistic, you have this kind of contradiction, right? So people feel pessimistic about what's happening in the housing market, but at the same time, they need to live somewhere. So people do understand that they need to live somewhere, and if they do find that house that meets everything on the list, or at least enough on the list, then they are likely to go ahead and suck it up and go forward with it, because people do understand that the economic conditions are temporary. We all know that anything in the economy is temporary, whether it's good or bad, and that things will change. That's the only guarantee we have is that change about the economy, right? So people do understand that. They don't necessarily want to be stuck. The clock is ticking for all of us, and people want to get on with their lives. So if the appropriate home comes on the market, and if people can make it work, people will purchase that home.
Americans expecting local home prices to increase in the next year were 71% and 70% in 21 and 2022. However, a mere 56%, that's over half. Over half of people believe home prices would increase under the current market conditions. 25% believe home prices remain the same, and only 19% said it will decrease. They're the 19% watching the Crash Bro videos, right? But so basically, 81% of all people believe home prices will stay the same or go up over the next year with the current market conditions, which are not optimal, certainly.
Right, so a lot of that is just historical, right? We all know that over time, home prices go up. They'll go up, they'll go down, but over the long term, home prices go up.
According to the report, during the pandemic, from the quarter 2 of 2020 to quarter 4 of 2021, 14 million mortgages refinanced. Around 1/3 of all outstanding mortgage balances were refied during the period, and 17% of outstanding mortgage were refreshed through home sales. Juana, we have 1/3 of all people who refied at 3% and lower rates. That's pretty substantial.
It is substantial. Those are the homes that we've talked about that are pretty much frozen in the market, right? These are people who are unlikely to sell the homes unless something spectacular happens. I think those people are going to hang on to those mortgages for the long term because it's basically free money, especially when you consider today's interest rates.
Somebody posted a comment saying, I'm not giving up my 2.55% interest rate. Like, I wouldn't either.
That's right.
And then all the homes, 40% of all homes are owned free and clear. Why would you mess with that?
Right.
Like you know, the home is appreciating. Why would you screw that up? Okay, the New York Fed's Director of Household and Public Policy Research, Andrew Hogwout, said the mortgage refinance boom is over and its impact would be seen in the coming decades. He added the significant equity drawdowns enabled mortgage buyers to reduce their annual payments by tens of billions of dollars and provide additional funding for spending or pay downs in other debt categories. What he's saying is all the people who owned a house and did a refi won the lottery. So remember, 40% of all houses are free and clear, 60% have mortgages, 17% of those were refreshed through a sale, and then 1/3 of those were refied to some super low rate. So all those people are winners. They won the housing market lottery.
Right.
Don't you think?
I do, and I'm very happy for them. I think it's great, and I think it's actually very stabilizing for the market because that means that those homes will not come on the market anytime soon, and that means that our supply of homes will continue to be low for the foreseeable future, which means that there's a lot of support for home prices. So even with a looming recession, there will still be a lot of support for those home values. So even people who may lose their jobs or have job instability, whatever that recession brings, for the most part, most home sellers are in a good place. They're either they either own the home free, they're debt free, or they have really low interest rates, really low payments, so those homes are affordable even if they have to change jobs or be unemployed for a short period of time.
What about the recession that we were supposed to? Now, the latest update now is the recession's been moved to 2024.
Right.
That's what they're saying now. Well, it was supposed to happen 22, and then it was happening 23. Now they're saying beginning of 2024.
Right. So look, the recession is coming. Okay. When it's coming, none of us really know. Everybody has an opinion. There's a saying about that, but it's kind of rude, so I'm going to skip it.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, will there be a recession? Yes. Will there be one in 2023? I don't know. 2024? Maybe. But whenever that comes, their homeowners are in a good position because their homes are either debt-free or they have affordable payments, most of them. And so people are in a good position. They're much better position than in previous recessions. And we've done multiple videos on this. Generally speaking, home values do not go down in a recession.
All right. So what do you want? You want to... most people have guessed.
Okay. So
what have they guessed? They've guessed the Danube. They've guessed the Amazon. They guessed European river cruise. They guessed specifically, somebody guessed like Germany on a river cruise.
Right. So you guys have done a great job guessing. So
do you want to just tell them?
So thank you for playing along. This happens to be Hungary.
Hungary's right there. That's Hungary.
Right behind us. Okay. So Hungary's right behind us. We hope you enjoyed the view. We certainly have been enjoying it, and we appreciate you being here and watching the video. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, like the video, and leave us comments. We love your comments. We try to respond or at least give you a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.